Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
It's Q&A Saturday.
It is.
Do you know what we're queuing?
I actually have no fucking clue.
Well, I picked a few different questions throughout this last week.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of different topics that I cover from 2 Samuel chapter 6 through 10.
Okay.
Nothing particular, just a few different things that we had
A few different things.
questions about.
Let's go find out what these few different things are.
Okay, and
All
then
right.
answer them.
Yeah, and then answer them.
Yeah.
All right.
So my first question comes from 2 Samuel chapter 6.
Okay.
And our big source of contention in that chapter was, why the fuck did God get so pissy when one of the people reached out to steady the ark as it was being transported?
Yeah.
And then it was like, you shall not touch me ever, die, motherfucker!
Yeah, that made no fucking sense.
Well, actually...
Actually? I call bullshit, but okay.
I know. Transporting the ark on a cart was specifically against God's command.
I never heard that before.
You did, though.
Did I?
You did.
Oh.
Yeah. The ark was designed to be carried by man, and way back when it was composed, that was stated.
Okay.
And it was specifically only to be carried by Levites of the family of Kohath.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We actually did hear that rule laid down, and David disobeyed that. So,
Well, then why isn't David in trouble too?
But because David didn't touch it.
No, that's lucky for him.
It was fine when it was being carried, but then somebody touching it was like one too many.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I don't know if you recall, but back in 1 Samuel, the Philistines transported the ark on a cart.
Yeah.
Right. But they got away with it because they were Philistines, and God expects more from his people Israel was to take their example from God's word, not from the innovation of the Philistines.
This sounds like a bunch of bullshit, just concocted. I mean,
Sure.
okay, so they had a fucking rule. Mm-hmm. All right, but it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And why did only one person die? There's a whole. Well, he wasn't the only person transported on the cart.
But he's the only one that touched it.
Right, to save it from falling over.
But that's being presumptuous that God couldn't have corrected his own self or whatever.
I'm
telling you what the apologists say.
Okay.
The apologists say it was a rule, it was laid down, and they might have got away with just getting it on the cart from here to there, but then when somebody touched it, just like when the other people, Israelites, opened it to see what was inside, and they all melted.
Yeah.
This guy wasn't supposed to have done that.
It's
he
fucking
wasn't supposed
bullshit.
to. Totally agree. God being a stickler for that particular rule was shitty.
Yeah.
But having said that, there was a rule.
Okay.
So
Fine.
there's that.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, remember how David reacted with fear and anger, and he was like, "That's fucked up," and then he was like, "Oh shit, I'm scared of God now."
Yeah.
So, the reason that he left the ark with Obed-Edom, that fulfilled God's word, because Obed-Edom was a Levite.
Okay.
So he left the ark with the family that was from the tribe of Levi that God commanded to carry the ark and take care of it.
Okay.
So that was from back in Numbers.
I gotta say, so this is like 300-400 years after all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. Our country's been around for like 300 or 400 years. Mm-hmm. How do you keep track of who's who, especially without Ancestry.com?
I don't know. I'm not here to answer that question.
I know. I'm just saying, it seems like a difficult task.
No,
you know?
I totally agree.
That's all.
I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong.
No,
okay?
I know.
I'm here to answer that question as to why this, and the answer is that.
I'm just pointing out how ludicrous it all sounds.
Sure.
You know,
totally
that's all.
ludicrous, ridiculous, foolish, stupid.
Yeah.
One might even go so far as to say.
Right.
So, okay. Remember in 2 Samuel when we got all bent out of shape because David hamstrung all the chariot horses? And
Yeah.
we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was crap.
What did the horses ever do?
Why do you do that to the cow? Yeah.
So this was a military necessity, and he wasn't just being cruel to animals because
Okay.
he couldn't care for so many horses while they were in the middle of a military campaign. And yet he also couldn't give them back to the enemy, and so they were going to starve to death anyway.
Okay.
So
All right.
he lamed them.
All right. That's better than just. I mean,
Right.
can't you give us okay? You're telling this huge story, right? Can't you give us just that little bit amount of detail in the Bible instead of just leaving us thinking that he just killed 7,000 fucking horses?
And it didn't even say killed. I said he just kneecapped them, or
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
lamed them.
Right.
Why can't you just say real quick, hey, he was in the middle of a thing, he was busy, rather than let these horses starve to death or set them free to be, marred by wild animals or something?
Right.
He put them out of their misery right quick and killed them.
Right.
I mean,
that would
still not
it
cool,
still would have been cool, but it
it
would have
makes
at least there's
sense.
an explanation behind it.
Right. And I don't know that that's a factual explanation. That's just the explanation that I found as an answer why.
And that sounds legitimate enough.
Sure.
So
I'll buy that one.
I'll buy that one.
Okay, so remember in 2 Samuel a bit later on when David was like, is there anyone left who is from the house of Saul that I can show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?
Aside from Michael.
Right, besides Michael.
Yeah.
Because Michael is just a bitch in his
Right,
eyes,
yeah.
and plus a woman.
Yeah, why would you honor her?
So it was customary in those days for the king of a new dynasty to completely massacre anyone connected with the prior dynasty.
Oh, damn.
Right? Because obviously they present a threat, and
Yeah.
not only that, but in order to show off your power of
That kind
having
of is
completely
what they've been doing, sort of,
right.
too.
But David remembered his relationship and covenant with Jonathan.
Yeah.
So he wanted to
Not
pay
do
that off.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And also because he was still in his God is great, God is good phase, and he's like, I want to show the goodness of God, and how do I pass that on to other people?
Right.
So that was part of it too.
Okay.
So remember how the one guy was like, hey, there's still a son of Jonathan who's lame in his feet?
Yeah.
So that was I keep wanting to say Mephistopheles or Mephisto from the MC universe
Right.
of characters. But no, it's Mephibosheth.
Mephibosheth.
And that was Jonathan's son.
And he got Mephibosheth.
Yeah, and remember, he was made lame in his feet from the accident where he was dropped when they heard that his father Jonathan and his grandfather Saul had died in battle. That's specifically when he was dropped and handicapped.
Yeah, because they were running away.
Right, and the nurse had gathered the boy and fled in haste at that news.
You told me I was wrong when I said that the other day.
I probably did. I don't always know. I thought he was killed I thought he was hurt way after that or way before that. I don't know.
Okay.
But no, you were right. I was wrong.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
She rightly feared, the nurse that was carrying him rightly feared that the leader of a new royal dynasty was going to execute every potential heir of the former dynasty.
Okay.
So she picked him up and was like, oh, fuck, we got to go now.
Yeah.
And so, the thing is that Mephibosheth had the right to the throne as the son of the firstborn son of the king, right? So, he was literally the next heir in line.
Got it.
And so, all the other potential heirs were dead. So, the nurse was like, this is really terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's why she picked him up and fled and accidentally dropped him.
Yeah. No, I got it.
So, in a political sense, David could see Mephibosheth as a rival or a threat.
Right.
But instead, he was like, no, I'm going to pass on God's blessings and also, while doing so, pay off my covenant with Jonathan.
Got it.
And so remember, this was the one question that we specifically had. Mephibosheth was like, I'm just a dead dog. Why are you being so nice to me? And we were like, dead dog? Was that like a saying or something? What the fuck? So apparently that was a saying, and a dead dog was equivalent to a worthless and insignificant person.
I mean, that's kind of the same meaning it has today.
Right. I mean, the connotation was there, but...
Like, it's not a common phrase that's used, but it's still... That is actually, used to this day.
Right. To this day. So Mephibosheth didn't feel worthy of David's generosity.
Got it.
Because he'd spent all those years, since his childhood, he'd spent all those years in hiding from the king and living in fear and poverty. And, think about this. David had to learn about Mephibosheth, whatever his name is, from just some random guy.
Yeah.
Like a guard in his... council or whatever, right? So, I mean, this kid was literally in hiding all his life.
Yeah.
To where nobody even knew he existed.
Well, it's a good thing nobody decided to go get his head for David.
Right. Well, that's why he was like, oh my God, and threw himself on the ground prostrate and was like, you're awesome, I'm not worthy. That's why, because he was like, I'm about to die.
Right.
For reals.
Right.
So it was amazing that David didn't kill him. Not only that, but he returned. Remember we were like, God damn, he's just giving him all these lands?
Yeah.
Those were actually David's lands. So he was restoring David's lands to David's son.
Got it.
So that's why he got all those lands. But then on top of that, he got to further eat at the table with David, and so really he restored those lands to David's son, but then that was just for David's son's family.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So then remember when we were like, what the fuck? Why is this so ridiculous? When Hanun. Okay, so remember David was like, oh, you guys lost your king. That's sad. I'm going to send some ambassadors. Oh,
yeah, the ones that got their fucking beards shaved half off.
And
their butts hanging out of their...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like, what the fuck is that about? That's
I
silly.
thought that shit was funny.
Right. Well, in that culture, many men would rather die than have their beard shaved off because a clean-shaven face was the mark of a slave, and free men wore beards. And furthermore, great value was placed upon their beards, and it was considered a man's greatest ornament, to the point that it was the greatest insult to cut it off or to cut it half off.
Interesting.
Like, they would swear by their beard. And
Wow.
in matters of great importance, they would pledge it. And they would redeem the pledge at the hazard of their own lives before they would give up their beard.
Wow.
Yeah, their beard meant a lot. So it was like a greater insult even than just making them look silly.
Gotcha.
Okay? And so cutting off their clothes at their waist
Yeah.
was more than just making them look silly.
Okay.
It was also exposing the degradation of their nakedness, because remember, Christians hate...
Yeah.
These weren't Christians yet, obviously, because this was pre-Christianity.
Right.
But nudity was like so fucking taboo that they'd rather die than show their nuts.
Right.
And that was a great, great shame. Plus, even further than that, it showed off their circumcised penises, and they were in the land of heathens. So they would have looked totally ridiculous there and been made totally fun of by everyone who saw them. Was like, look at your funny looking dick. Oh my God, your dick is so funny looking.
And we all know how much guys like to have their dicks made fun of.
Right. Like, not at all. Because guys have the egos the size of a dick.
Right.
Which, generally speaking, isn't very much.
Right.
So their egos are just fragile little wiener dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when they insulted the ambassadors, they might as well have been insulting the kings.
I still have to say that I don't think that having your dick shown off and cutting off half of a fucking beard is worth killing 40,000 people.
Right.
But, hey.
No, I totally agree with you, but we're also looking through our eyes today of what that means.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to think of what insult would be equivalent to that in today's times.
Killing people.
Probably. But back then, I mean, they were basically sending
Right.
just more than just a middle finger.
Sure.
They were just sending the greatest of all possible insults.
Right.
And they were basically inviting him to war.
Sure.
So,
and people back then were barbaric and fucking
stupid.
Yeah.
And David took the bait.
Right.
And was like, you want to be dead? I will dead you.
Oh, well, more importantly, God took the bait. Because David is on God's side.
That is true.
So I just want to make sure that that's clear.
That is true.
God supports David, so God did not have to let them win that battle.
No, I totally agree with you. So that is the list of questions that I was able to come up with and answer for you from chapters 6 through 10 of 2 Samuel. Did you learn a thing?
I learned some things there, yeah. I always learn some things on these.
Do you feel learned?
I don't know if I feel learned. I feel more learned.
Do you feel more or less annoyed than you did prior to this?
That's a tough question because honestly, it's all stupid.
It's all stupid.
But
only the horse one made sense.
The horse one redeemed some, that redeemed some
and even that is questionable because I'm not sure I believe that.
Right. Plus, I mean, then there was the thing where I got proven right about the thing I said in one of the last chapters.
Fuck off.
So I like that bit, too.
Fuck off. I said you were right, I was wrong. You don't have to keep rubbing it in.
You were asking. So
anyway,
I'm just saying.
Do you find this a satisfactory Q&A?
I am satisfied with this Q&A.
Okay, then let's out.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh, yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my god. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh, yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.